In addition to being queen of the underworld, the demonic queen, Shiklah, also briefly became Deadpool's wife. Despite being a major Marvel Comics hero, Deadpool has only ever really had a handful of major romantic interests. Despite his non-stop chatter and chronic addiction to trouble, Deadpool has won over the hearts of the shape-shifting Copycat and X-Force's Siren. However, Deadpool's most powerful and recent major love interest was Shiklah, the queen of the underworld, who ruled over an ancient monster society. Who is Shiklah? Shiklah was created by Brian Posehn, Jerry Dugan, and Riley Brown as a historically powerful figure on 2014's Deadpool, The Gauntlet 3. She was born before the creation of humanity as a member of the ruling class of monsters. While engaged in a war with the invading vampires, her brothers died in battle. Heartbroken, Shiklah's father hid her away inside a coffin to avoid the chaos of the war. Thousands of years later, Deadpool was hired to bring the coffin to Dracula. The Lord of Vampires intended to marry her and gain control of her monstrous inheritance. In the chaos of an attack, Shiklah was released from her coffin. She initially tried to draw Deadpool's life force to feed her hunger, but his healing factor kept him alive. The two quickly developed a sardonic but genuine bond, traveling their way through Europe and hiding from monster hunters and monsters alike. Shiklah could also transform into a purely monstrous form in battle, and she often fought alongside Deadpool. As the couple fought more and more battles together, they also grew closer. Shiklah eventually opened up to the mercenary about her developing feelings, still coming off the revelation that a former lover of his named Carmelita Camacho had suffered an agonizing death because of her association with Deadpool. Wade resisted these feelings for as long as he could. Meanwhile, Shiklah regained her standing as the queen of the underworld in the monster metropolis. After the pair fought their way through villains like MODOK and heroes like Blade, they admitted their feelings for one another. When the two returned to the United States, they quickly got engaged and assembled a wedding. Joined by the friends that Wade had managed to bring together out of the superhero community, the pair had a romantic wedding that was officiated by the X-Men's Nightcrawler and was attended by a surprisingly large number of heroes. For once, Deadpool got a win. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to last. As Deadpool became more famous, he also became an increasingly notable hero, eventually bankrolling the Avengers himself. This led to him joining the team officially. But while Wade indulged in his heroic intentions, his relationship with Shiklah hit a rough patch. Her inherent monstrous side slowly became disgusted with his commitment to saving lives. His slowly burgeoning friendship with Spider-Man further infuriated her, with her growing tired of how it brought out the humanity in him. The situation only got worse when Wade was forced to confront the return of Madcap, a villain who had become obsessed with Wade after he went mad, hiding inside Deadpool's mind. This further distracted Wade from Shiklah, who grew colder to her husband and even engaged in an affair with one of her subjects. Eventually, everything spiraled out of control after humans killed one of her wandering subjects. She soon mobilized her armies and tried to take control of New York City by force. Deadpool attempted recruiting Dracula to help turn the vampires in her forces to turn against her, but this led to Dracula proposing marriage to her. To Deadpool's surprise, Shiklah accepted. After realizing the monsters she called her subjects had grown to fear her, she had one last heart-to-heart with Wade and left her throne to explore the modern world with Dracula by her side. In her final letter to Wade, she reminded him that a day could come where she'd return to him. Although Dracula has recently reappeared in Avengers, Shiklah was nowhere to be seen. However, Marvel has dropped one major tease that Shiklah eventually did return to Wade. In the possible future of the Deadpool 2099 story, she gave birth to their daughter, Warda. By the year 2099, Warda had become the new Deadpool, who was intent on finding her mother. She eventually battled her elder half-sister Ellie, and only relented after a lengthy battle. Wade eventually revealed that Shiklah made a major attack on the mortal realm, and he worked alongside the other heroes of Earth to fight back against the invasion, seemingly killing Shiklah in the process. In reality, he trapped her back in her coffin, locking her into a dreamless sleep. He then used PIM particles to shrink the coffin down to microscopic size and hide it inside his heart. Shiklah proved an engaging love interest for Deadpool, able to match his darkest impulses. But she also helped shine a light on just how much Deadpool had improved as a person just before his life fell apart during the events of Secret Empire. Given the tease about their unborn child, there's no telling if or when Shiklah will conquer Deadpool's heart again. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more comic book content. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.